Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to be meeting with my friend Larry Namer. You probably haven't heard his name, but he's the co-founder of eentertainment. We're here in Beverly Hills, California, a beautiful restaurant called Capital Seafood. I'm really excited to meet him today, and I know you guys will love to meet him as well. So come on in, let's check it out.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good seeing you, my friend. Well, you look great. You been getting some sun.
Getting some sun, getting some exercise, a lot of free unstructured time.
Tell me some of your favorite things that happened in those 3 months that you've been inside.
Well, I managed to perfect a lot of my cooking. It's actually funny. Cooking is kind of my favorite thing to do, and when you're working and you have limited time, you kind of shortcut and stuff. But now I find myself every day, I plan for my dinner, and it adds structure.
Do you ever find yourself going on YouTube and looking stuff up? That's what I've been doing. trying to cook stuff.
At this point, I could pretty well do any kind of cuisine out there, and I do it from memory. So I am using a lot of online stuff to cast. Like I'm working on a movie that requires a lot of Chinese American or Canadian American or Canadian Chinese actors and actresses and stuff. And between YouTube and TikTok, I've been finding some amazing people.
Is it easier to recruit talent now as opposed to way back when you started your company?
Oh yeah, when we started and a lot of people don't realize this. Everybody always says, oh, you're so lucky you had all those great hosts. Well, they don't realize that we actually took in over 10,000 people initially. I put 7,200 people on tape to pick the first 5 hosts. But yeah, back then people had to be in LA. They had to come in for interviews, so you were limited in time and stuff like that. No, now it's great because everybody can make video and everybody can make quality video.
So everyone can have a media company today, but what was it like to have one of the very first media companies in the world?
Well, I think there's a difference in defining what a media company is between now and then. When we started the number of TV networks out there was limited. The going price to get in was incredibly high. You didn't have all this, low cost, high quality video equipment there. So it was not accessible to a lot of people. And, you look at E today and, it's in 140 countries. It's arguably the number one biggest, everybody uses the word influencer. It's the biggest influencer of pop culture in the world. And, so I meet, a lot of people now and they go, oh, and I have my own media company too. And, I have a website that gets, 100 people a week and stuff, where we're like 140 countries, and we probably do, 100 million contacts a week, between online and television and stuff. So it's really, how you define media company.
When you guys started to create content, how did you know that people will connect with that content? I mean, you guys were the original, really, content creators.
Everybody else was using like market research and stuff like that. And Alan and I just had a vision for what we thought this was. And a lot of stuff was just gut feel, We knew that people loved Hollywood gossip, and we didn't take it very seriously. So you had like Entertainment Tonight, which would treat the entertainment business like it was some rocket science and stuff. We looked at it the other way. We said Hollywood is funny shit. Don't try and make believe it's something that it's not. We just had a good time with it. The other one was, the Howard Stern. And people go, Larry, you've totally lost your mind. You want to do a TV show that's about a radio show. But radio's been over for like 40 years. I go, no, you just don't get it. It's like WKRP in Cincinnati. This is, an ensemble comedy routine.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So we just took a lot of chances. I mean, a lot of people, the Wayans brothers, when nobody would put, black comedians on television and stuff. I go, well, I got 24 hours a day and I got cameras and, turn on the lights, do whatever you want for an hour.
I mean, do you feel that that's part of the success because you took a lot of chances and you did things back then that no one else was doing, right?
Yeah. I mean, we get, and quite honestly, it still pays off. I mean, we gave a lot of people a chance, like the Wayans brothers and David Allen Greer and, those folks, we all gave opportunities. Paula Abdul was teaching dance to the Laker cheerleaders and kept saying, I could host. And we're going, Paula, why don't you stick to, whatever. And she says, no, now I'm going to be a singer. And we're going, yeah, all right, Paula, be a singer here, But, so many people got their start there.
E has been such a huge influence on pop culture all over the world. And how did you start that? How did you compose? And how did you figure out that's what people wanted?
It all goes back to, kind of the way I grew up in, Brooklyn and stuff. I grew up in a neighborhood that was, minority. Being white where you were a minority, it was mainly Puerto Rican and African American and stuff. So, my friends were diverse and stuff, and they were just my friends. I mean, like, we didn't think of anybody as anything. They were just other kids from the neighborhood. But then, when I got into cable, I really began to look at, again, these smaller voices. I've loved diversity. I don't want everybody to be the same. I think inwardly, most people are, we have the same goals and aspirations. We want to be safe, we want a family, we want food, those things. And there's like 10% difference. And to me, the difference are what's wonderful. So and it's really a matter of paying attention. As opposed, a lot of people fear differences and fear change, and for whatever reason. And I guess it goes back to my parents. I never really feared it or whatever, and I loved it. I wanted changes and I wanted differences. And so when I would go to another country, number one, coming from, an immigrant parents to begin with, you learned respect. I mean, or you got smacked in the head. I spent half my time in Russia when I was in Russia, and I spent half my time in China, and I particularly moved into a totally Chinese area. I mean, being the only white guy and not speaking Mandarin was kind of interesting. Now, I just finished a series which we shot called Novavita, both in Armenia and here in the US. So we went into it, we said this show could play on Amazon and Netflix or whatever, but it also has to play in other places in the world. So the casting is very different. The director was not an American director, so the timing, the pacing, the cinematographer was from Armenia. So the look of it is, when you look at it, you can say this doesn't look American, but yet it's all in English. And the theme is very international. It's about cryptocurrency. The name of the show is Novavita. And we finished shooting season 1. Hopefully people like it, and there's a season 2.
But let me ask you something interesting also that someone else brought it up to me, is I just want to get your thoughts on, all of these, in the last year or so with the influencers.
Well, I think, you saw this great rush towards influencers where every brand, all of a sudden somebody learned the word influencer and they had to go find one and stuff and paid them money. But it really gets down to, why is someone an influencer? It's because whatever they have to say and however they present themselves has influence over people. But then they began to realize and start to look at engagement, going, okay, you got 1 million followers, but only 2 of them actually pay attention. The rest signed up, whether you got them legitimately or not. You look at the Kardashians, who, you know, as personalities are still probably the biggest out there. And, you know, they found a way to sustain and stuff, and they've kept their following. But most influencers don't keep their following.
I really want to thank the real OG influencer here, my friend Larry Namer, founder of eentertainment, and he's doing so many great projects. Thank you, Larry, for having lunch, hanging out with us today.
Thanks for feeding me.
If you guys like the show, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you on the next show.